Oh man, we couldn't have had a worse week to play the Eagles, like honestly. And the Rams did us no favor. I mean, seriously, come on. This was supposed to be a cakewalk game. You know, the Rams were supposed to beat the Eagles. The Eagles were supposed to have no playoff hopes coming into this game. But as you guys saw, the Eagles upset the Rams. And now the Eagles have playoff hopes. So these Eagles, they're finally awake. For most of the season, they've just been cruising along, you know, winning a game here, dropping one there. You know, just kind of minding their own business, not really caring. Kind of that Super Bowl hangover thing. So the Eagles are awake. This game, it's going to be a playoff-like game. It's going to be a playoff atmosphere. The Eagles are playing for their playoff lives. If they lose, they're eliminated. If they win, they have a chance. And the Texans, of course, we have the number 2 seed right now. So obviously the Texans are going to go out there and try to win the game. So this Eagles team, they're going to be desperate. They're going to pull every trick in the book. I mean, we saw them in the Super Bowl, the Philly special. Expect some of that, because these guys are going to be desperate for their playoff lives. So it's not going to be an easy game. It's probably going to be our most difficult game of the season, and I mean that. I mean, seriously, when was the last time we played a really good team or a team as talented as the Eagles? Honestly, all season long, I can't think of one. This is the hardest game of the season and probably the most important game of the season. Why? Well, we're sitting here at 10-4. We have the second seed secure. We're not secure, but we have it in our possession right now. Win now, and it's ours. We get a first round bye. If we win, you know, we clinch the division. We hold on to the second seed for another week. And then we're guaranteed a top 3 seed, meaning we don't get to play the Chargers or the Chiefs in the wild card round. We'll get to play the Ravens, Colts, or Titans, whoever ends up taking that 6th seed. And then if we lose, obviously, we lose the second seed. We don't clinch the division. We let the Colts back into the division. And then we could possibly still miss the playoffs because we still haven't clinched anything. Bill O'Brien keeps saying it. We haven't done anything. Although the odds of us making the playoffs are like pretty much extremely high, we haven't done anything. We haven't clinched anything. So, you know, let's not get ahead of ourselves. So anyways, you know, usually I like to look at the numbers, you know, and go off of that with these matchups. But I feel like with these Eagles, it's kind of unfair because they got a different quarterback in, not Carson Wentz. They got Nick Foles. Nick Foles is starting, and it looks like they finally woke up. So today, instead of, you know, doing my usual look at the stats and go off that, we're going to go off their talent. Because the Eagles, despite their record, and you can look at the numbers, and the numbers probably look bad, but this team is talented, man. Very, very, very talented. This team is probably still the most talented team in the league in terms of pure raw talent. I mean, seriously, look at their offensive line. Their offensive line is the best in the league. It's really good. Jason Peters, their left tackle. Jason Kelsey, their center. Brandon Brooks, their right guard. Lane Johnson, probably the best right tackle in the league. I mean, seriously, all these guys, they're not just, you know, that guy's okay, that guy's okay, oh, that guy's pretty good. No, these guys are really good players. So, the Texans' defensive front, they're going to have their hands full, but I don't think they're going to get dominated up front because, come on, dude, we got Clowney, we got JJ, we got DJ Reader, we got merciless. Hopefully they use him properly. We got McKinney, we got Zach Cunningham. You know, we got all these other players in the rotation too. Christian Covington, Angelo Blackson, Brandon Dunn. We've seen those players in the rotation go out there and perform well. So in terms of them dominating the line of scrimmage, I don't think in the run game they'll be able to get much going. The one thing that has been consistent from this Texans team all season long has been the run defense. That's the one thing we can 100% rely on. And I don't think the Eagles will be able to get a run game going. Not that they got one going last week against the Rams, but I will say this. The Eagles last week completely shut down the Rams pass rush. Aaron Donald was non-existent. But of course, the Rams, they don't have a Jadeveon Clowney. They don't have a Whitney Merciless. That's why I'm kind of hopeful that Romeo Crennel utilizes Whitney Merciless properly and puts them out there to rush the passer, because wherever you line these guys up, they're going to be going up against a really good offensive lineman. I mean, put Merciless on the right side. Who is he going up against? Lane Johnson. Clowney would probably be on the left side. Who will he be going up against? Jason Peters. And then you got J.J. Watt in the middle. If you choose to throw him in there, he's probably going up against Jason Kelce and Brandon Brooks. You know, these guys are going to have their hands full, but I do think they will be able to generate some pass rush if Romeo Crennel starts utilizing some blitzes, if he puts his players in good positions to succeed. Now, these weapons, man. The Eagles' weapons, they scare me. I mean, seriously. Alshon Jeffrey, Nelson Aguilar, they traded for Golden Tate. They don't really use him much, but he's still there. Why don't they use him? Well, they like to run 2 tight end formations. Who are their tight ends? Zach Ertz, top 2 tight end in the league, behind Travis Kelce. And they got Dallas Goedert, a really good rookie that we actually scouted. Most of the Texans fans knew about him. So, this team offensively, they're stacked. Even if Romeo Crennel uses his personnel properly, we're going to have our hands full. I think Joseph can do a good job on Alshon Jeffrey. Joseph struggles with faster guys. Alshon Jeffrey's not exactly a fast guy. Nelson Aguilar does scare me a bit. And the tight ends terrify me. 2 tight end sets. I mean, we've struggled against tight ends, you know, here and there throughout the season. But that's only really been 1 tight end. These guys run a lot of 2 tight end sets. Like, how are we going to do that? You know, as of late, it's been better because of Cunningham's return. But, you know, we only have 1 Cunningham. Who's going to cover the other tight end, you know? And both of these guys are really good. And, of course, you got Darren Sproles coming out of the backfield as well. He's always been a threat out of the backfield, and he'll probably be a threat in this game out of the backfield, too. So, again, the way I see this playing out, I don't think the Eagles will be able to run on the Texans, probably at all. But they don't have to, because I do see the Eagles having a lot of success through the air. It terrifies me. This is the most stacked offense we've played all season. And this will probably be the most talented offense we'll play all season, including in the playoffs. And yes, I'm looking at you, Patrick Mahomes. But, yeah, this is a scary game. That's what I'm saying. You know, this is going to be a hard-fought game. So now let's move on to the other side. Now, as you guys know, pretty sure you guys know, the Eagles secondary is basura, trash, garbage. And, you know, don't think, you know, they're just bad because they're bad. No, they're banged up. Like, straight up banged up. The only healthy guy on that secondary is Malcolm Jenkins. Everyone else is hurt. I mean, the only one that their starters that actually has a chance of playing besides Malcolm Jenkins is Sidney Jones. But Sidney Jones has been dealing with a hamstring, and Sidney Jones isn't really that good of a corner, even though coming out of college he was considered, I believe he was the number 2 ranked corner out of that draft class, next to Marshawn Lattimore, but he did tear his Achilles, so that kind of dropped into the second round, and the Eagles were able to scoop them up there. So yeah, that secondary is not very good. I do think DeAndre Hopkins, Demaryius Thomas, Deshaun Watson will be able to take advantage of that weak secondary. But, see, that's not the issue. The issue, it's our offensive line versus that defensive line. I mean, seriously, like, Brandon Graham, Michael Bennett, Chris Long, Fletcher Cox, underrated player right there, and Tim Jernigan. Tim Jernigan has been dealing with a back injury, so I don't know if he'll play. But even if he doesn't play, they got Haloti Ngata, so yeah, this defensive front is loaded with talent. So I don't know how our offensive line will do. I don't see our run game being able to get going. We weren't able to get one going against the Colts. We weren't able to get one going against the Jets. So I honestly don't see us being able to get one going against the Eagles. So ultimately, I think this game will be placed in Deshaun Watson's hands. Deshaun Watson will have to win this game through the air. And do I think he can do it? Oh, definitely. He can definitely do it. But it's not going to be easy. This is going to be a tough game for Deshaun because he's going to have those guys on his face for most of the game, I feel like. And then, of course, we saw it against the Browns. We saw it against the Colts. We saw it against the Jets. These damn blitzes, Deshaun Watson needs to get rid of the ball quicker. He needs to go to his check down when they blitz him. If he doesn't, we're going to be in for a long day. If he does, I think we'll have a shootout. I think this game will definitely be a shootout. Our secondary is not good. They have loads of weapons all over the field. I don't think the Eagles will get a run game going. I don't think we'll get a run game going. So this is straight up going to be Deshaun Watson versus Nick Foles in Philly. It's going to be a shootout. I just do not see any of these teams scoring less than 30 points. I think this will be a higher scoring game. Of course, it's not going to be like Rams and Chiefs high scoring, but it's definitely going to be a higher scoring game. Now, the keys to the game, in my opinion, Deshaun Watson, get rid of the ball. Either throw it away, check it down. You got to get rid of it. O-line, man up. Get the run game going. If we can get a run game going, I think we can control the pace of this game. And defense, honestly, do not see you getting any stops. So, you got to get some turnovers. Defense, force some turnovers. Deshaun, don't turn the ball over. Throw it away. You know, those are my keys to the game. Now, my score prediction. I'm taking 38-34 Texans win. Now, the Texans have been in this situation in the past. There's only a few players that were here when the Texans were in possession of a higher seed but ended up blowing it in late December. J.J. Watt is one of them. You know, one of the leaders of the team. I think he's going to get the team riled up. He's going to get them ready. He's going to be over there motivating them. And he's going to make some big plays. And I think the Texans will ultimately win this game and advance to 11-4. And the Eagles, unfortunately, will lose this game, fall to 7-8, thus ending their playoff hopes and dreams. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys for today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.